Hi, my name is Roger John Stevenson, and this is my brother Linnell Stevenson. The last 4 years of our life have been a complete nightmare. We are in an Ecuadorian prison, sentenced to 34 years, 8 months, for a murder of a dear friend that we did not commit. We beg you to please share this video. Without your help, we cannot come home.
Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to cover more crime in Ecuador. This crime totally just stands out to me in a way because we've talked about crime in several countries and we've even talked about crime in Ecuador. But this particular story it checks all the boxes, and I just want to be sensitive and careful to the family because I've had family losses and I don't want to be insensitive to that. But I want to also point out that we have discussed previously on this channel, like in the case of some other people that went to Ecuador and did similar things to what these two black brothers did when they went to Ecuador, and they were also murdered and robbed and this kind of thing. And the details of what you shouldn't do when you go abroad are subjects of other videos. And so, I think that there's a tendency to want to say that the crime was racially motivated, but, and I'm not saying that there wasn't an element of that. Just be careful. There are ways of doing things and there are ways that you don't do things. And I won't go into detail. It's not what I wanted to focus on. I just wanted to give these two brothers a shout out. The family did reach out and mention this case, and it appears that they're being framed for murder, which tells you something about the situation with the state of affairs in a lot of these foreign countries with the corruption and how easy it is for foreigners to sometimes get framed. And I have heard of other situations of foreigners in other countries being framed for horrible crimes and paying for it with just barbarian ways. And so it's not something to be taken lightly. And so I'm very saddened about this story. I'm saddened by any expat, any American that goes abroad. But again, remember that a lot of these things can be prevented, but it takes a lot of diligence, and you aren't going to get that. That's a huge issue, and it's part of the reason why our channel isn't any more successful than it should. It should be more successful, but just telling it like it is isn't necessarily the way to become super popular, which is a two-edged sword, because we're not looking for popularity. What we want to do is, if we can save the lives of even just a handful of people, from making horrible mistakes, then that would be something that we would be very proud of. And so that's why we make these videos. I wanted to give a shout out to these two black brothers. They're still in prison there in Ecuador. Remember, you're going to a foreign country, and what may seem to make sense from your point of view is only because of the culture that you're coming from. And so, there are a lot of things to understand about going into a totally, not just foreign culture. This is not just about, people's color or what they eat and this kind of thing. There's a lot more to it. It's much deeper than that. And there are also micro areas within countries where you have to be super careful about going into, and the things that you do when you do such a things. Lots of American expats, Canadians, what have you, have had lots of problems because they come from cultures where certain behaviors may be accepted culturally, and yet all it does is put them in harm's way when they go abroad, such as in Vilcabamba, when there was a murder of young women going on for years from a hostel owner that was raping and murdering young traveler women. I don't enjoy making these videos. Again, I do it to help people. I hope that something good comes out of it for people in this space in general. So, when these kinds of things happen, there's always a lot of emotion involved, and, we just have to be able to, we need to take some time to realize in a rational way that, talking about what shouldn't have been done or what couldn't have been done or what have you, it won't change what has already happened. And so we do it so that we can help others to avoid, some of these things that happen when people go abroad. And it's the reason why we make all of the crime videos that we make. We have a whole playlist where we talk about different scenarios of crimes, and they're all against North American expats when they go abroad. I mean, being framed for a murder is the furthest thing from someone's mind when they embark on this idyllic sort of dream state where they're going to be going to this place where everything is just going to be the way you want it to be, only to have things completely and 100% turn against you and pretty much destroy your life.
Just please let your viewers know that just because we're young and we're black doesn't mean we're not expats. Everyone has a stigma that expats are 60-year-old white men that want to retire. Black youth also want to do something with their lives. They want a different thing. They want to dream. We don't just want to be stuck in America. We want to do something different. We want to better ourselves. I really came out here trying to create an opportunity not for only myself, but for my whole family in the future to have a business and see that the world is bigger than Washington. The world is bigger than the United States.
All right. Thank you for coming to the channel, and have a good day.